Now, the Office of the Ombudsman received the recommendation, the committee report of the Committee on Good Governance on the inquiries conducted on VP Inday. Now, this inquiry says they found the possibility of the commission violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. But since the amount is 125 million, then that means that this could qualify for plunder. So what the ombudsman did was they considered it a complaint and required the vice president to answer. So the House of Representatives said, we didn't file a complaint. We only sent the committee report and our recommendations, pero hindi kami nag-file ng complaint. Now, isipin niyo bakit importante sa kanila yung distinction na yun? Hindi kami nag-file ng complaint, sabi nila. Pinadalan lang nila ng committee report at saka recommendations. Ano yung recommendations? Investigate for violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. So what does that mean? It means it's a complaint. So sinabi ni ombudsman, ano yung purpose ng pagpapadala? Di ba? Hindi naman niya sinabi yan. Parang sinabi nila, when they received it, we treated it as if it's a complaint and asked the vice president to respond. Kasi ano yung purpose? Bakit nyo kami papadala ng report na may recommendation for investigation tapos sasabihin niyo wala kayong fina-file na complaint when they proceed to act like it's a complaint? Ulitin ko, bakit ayaw aminin ng House of Representatives na sila ay nag-file ng complaint sa Office of the Ombudsman? Because it's political suicide. That's my theory or opinion. Dahil out of town po ako ngayon, di po ako masyadong makakapagtagal during the live, but we wanted to discuss itong OMB complaint. Okay? Nag-issue ng press release ang Office of the Ombudsman. And, Diyos ko, kung mag-unfollow kayo, wala namang problema. You don't have to make paalam. Okay, so the Office of the Ombudsman accepted, nagpadala ng committee report yung House doon sa Ombudsman, at ang pinadala nila ay yung committee report ng Committee on Good Governance, supposedly on the hearings that were conducted on the Office of the Vice President. Mayroong recommendation for filing or investigation in relation to the possible commission of plunder or violations of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. So tama po yung jurisdiction na doon sa OMB pinadala. Long time no here. One day lang po ako nawala. Opo. Ano po masasabi niyo sa case ni Attorney Respicio laban kay George Garcia? Comment po as a lawyer. Why would I comment as a lawyer? But siguro as an observer na who happens to be a lawyer. So, kasi, syempre, if you provide an opinion, kumbaga, some people kasi are expecting na you fully support, you don't fully support. Now, wala pa akong hindi ko pa po nababasa yung reklamo at saka kung ano yung basis, but I understand that may nakuha po si Attorney Respicio na magpapadala siya ng, that there is the testimony of a person na nakausap, also a lawyer na nakausap si COMELEC Commissioner George Garcia. So, aralin ko muna yon. Hindi ko pa masyadong naaaral. But I did see did see the video of Attorney Respicio and the other attorney announcing the filing of the case against Commissioner George Garcia. I understand this is impeachment because removal can only be done by impeachment. Ayan. Sabi ni Deja Vu, yung sa Duterte Youth, di ba party list naman ang binoto regardless ng name ni Cardema? Cardema isn't being listed as a candidate, as a, kumbaga, potential, yung uupo. Di ba? Hindi siya chair, first chair, second chair, third, all the way up to 10, nire-require po yun. So, ay, nako. Hindi nyo talaga patatahimikin, ano? So, number one, everybody here, kung matagal na po kayong nag-follow sa akin, you know I never comment on these things. 2 taon po akong binash ng isang vlogger and I never commented. Instead, within those 2 years, I got appointed as press secretary. So that might explain certain things to you. Okay? Para dun sa mga nagtatanong, you will know that there is a time and a place for everything. and I do not simply answer. Okay? It will depend kasi on what kind of actions will need to be taken. Okay? Also, you know very well that the burden of proof lies on the person who makes the assertion. So, right now, hindi talaga ako sumasagot. Number one, because there is respect all around for all the people involved. And I mean all the people. So, that's it. And that's all that's going to be said here. So, if there is an allegation of any wrongdoing, then the appropriate parties will make the appropriate steps. Hayaan nyo na, it's okay. Sabi ni Precious, bakit yung anak ni Grace po, FPJ ang ginamit, pinaupo? FPJ yung pangalan po ng party list. And yun. So, inalaw yung party list. I understand. FPJ yung pangalan ng party list. Eh. Si Brian po. Oh, nakaupo siya. Sabi ni CRTV, after sino-sino na ma-disqualify ni Comelec, si Ty Digong at Baste. I think that no matter what the Comelec does, they're going to have to make sense, di ba? They have to make sense. Okay. Para dun sa nagsasabing long time no see, yesterday po, nasa rally ako. So, which is why walang live. Pero si Joey naka-live kahapon. And yes, magkasama kami kahapon. Okay, hope that answers your question. So si Biason ma-disqualify din as mayor of Muntinlupa. I understand na may kaso siya. And I'm not sure, may conviction, di ba? Yun yata yung nangyari, na-convict siya ng Sandigan Bayan. Let me double check that. Si Rufy Biason, and I understand that he won as mayor of Muntinlupa. Ano ba yung pinupindot ko? Yan. Okay. Let me see. Rufy Biason, right? He was convicted. So tama ko. He was convicted for graft by the Sandigan Bayan over illegal diversion of 3 million from his pork barrel in 2007. Hi kay Batang Colos. Going there down under. Si VP Inday po ang pupunta dyan. No po, I'm not going. I have too many foreign trips this year. So yan, guilty of graft over the illegal diversion of 3 million from his pork barrel in 2007 when he served as district representative of the same city. So yun po. Since his conviction has to become final for him to be disqualified. So uli, balikan natin yung sinasabi ng saligang batas, you have to have all the qualifications and none of the disqualifications. So he may be fully qualified as mayor, tama yung voting age, tama yung he's a valid voter, age, location, able to read and write. So yan, kompleto naman po siya doon. But if his conviction becomes final, then that will become a disqualification. Di ba, madi-disqualify ka if you are convicted of a crime involving moral turpitude. And the violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act is a crime involving moral turpitude. So the moment his conviction becomes final, then that will mean that he is disqualified. Sabi ni Marites, grabe na po ginagawa nila. Si Abante naman, pinaupo nila bilang congressman, isinuka na ng tao, inupo na naman nila. This is the interesting thing about election cases, no? Pagka ganon, qualification, disqualification, etc. In many instances, immediately executory siya kasi hindi pwedeng bakante yung upuan. So, that's why si Congressman Abante, makakaupo ka agad yan. While si Mr. Uy will have to will have to appeal. Minsan nagtatagal yung appeal, tapos most of the term is eaten up by the usurper. And then, makakaupo lang yung totoong panalo. Minsan, there's one instance na one day lang nakaupo yung congressman, tapos napababa na, right away, nag-end term na kagad. So that's the thing. The reason kailangan immediately executory is kasi nga, bawal yung nababakante. Sabi ni Streetwear Heroes, kinakabahan ako baka ang Cebu and Davao gagawin nila. Well, I wouldn't be surprised kasi nga napaka-surprising din ang ginagawa ng COMELEC. Yun nga yung nakaka-worry. Yung tipong panalo ka na, okay na yung eleksyon, tapos biglang by some act, biglang hindi ka na pala panalo. Hi kay Coco. Hi kay Miss Calixta. Hi kay Tin. Batang Colus. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad to see you here. Okay, next. Watching from UAE, si Miss Ophelia. Okay, balik na tayo sa topic. Meron pa bang mga katanungan? Sabi ni Cloud Shogun, oo nga, di naman kailangan mag-comment ka sa lahat ng things, time and place for everything. Thank you for understanding. Uy, hi Miss Jo, sabi niya sayang lang oras at baka sumikat pa yung mga respect and focus. Even those who are bashing, they deserve your respect until everything is proven otherwise. Kumbaga, hindi natin gusto yung any divisions or anything like that. We even extend our patience to those who believe without any evidence. Ganun talaga. Ganun talaga. I'm too old to care. So ito, sabi ni Free Ride, ay, oo nga pala. Miss Jo, sorry, tama. Brian Llamanzares. Sinabi ko Brian po, mali. Free Ride says, thank you, Miss Aisha. Free Ride says, I remember Biazon, guilty ng Sandigan Bayan, but di po siya na-disqualify. Kasi hindi pa nga po final, his lawyers announced that they're appealing the decision. Yan po talaga ang strategy, para matagalan. And then, in the meantime, makakapag-serve and so on. Now, I'll leave it up to your imagination. Bakit gusto nilang makapag-serve? Some people say because you have access to a lot of money, then you make the conclusions na after that. Diba? Si Miss Pam Balicuatro, yes, actually kinasuhan din siya ni former Governor Gwen Garcia. She is contesting the results of the elections. So, yung chismis nga, and please underscore, chismis is, alam mo, Sir Kix, sorry, I have to interrupt. Sir Kix, the people who keep saying that we are divided are only those people who wish that's happened. You haven't made the head count. Okay, you don't know yet. So stop making conclusions to fit with your hopes and dreams. Wag po ganyan. Everything is in flux, and I'm pretty sure you're old enough to understand that just because you say so doesn't make it so. So chill. If you want to cry about it, you can. Wag lang dito. Okay. So sabi ni Ma'am Brenda, old follower na ako ni attorney, wala pang TikTok, naka-follow na ako, hindi siya sumasagot sa mga vloggers na tinitira siya noon pa. Yeah, I answer the trolls who come here sometimes, especially if there's an opportunity for a learning moment for all of us, including myself. So, yun. So the question daw is, disqualified ba si Mayor Luffy Biazon? Kasi na-convict siya after he won, na-convict siya ng Sandigan Bayan for a 3 million peso violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. So what his lawyers will do is they will appeal. Pag in-appeal, hindi nagiging final and executory yung decision. Therefore, pag hindi pa siya final, hindi pa siya disqualified. Bahagi po ito ng due process. Due process also means that you are given an opportunity to explain, huh? So please learn that lesson. There should always be an opportunity to explain. And the opportunity to explain is useless if there isn't going to be a fair judge. So in the case of Mayor Rufy, the case is not yet final, and therefore hindi pa magve-vest hindi pa magsa-start yung disqualification niya. Okay, next. Now, the Office of the Ombudsman received the recommendation, the committee report of the Committee on Good Governance on the inquiries conducted on VP Inday. Now, this inquiry says they found the possibility of the commission violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. But since the amount is 125 million, then that means that this could qualify for plunder. So, kung plunder, non-bailable yan. So, they sent it to the Office of the Ombudsman. So, what the Ombudsman did was, they considered it a complaint and required the Vice President to answer. So, anong ginawa ng House of Representatives? Sinagot nila So the House of Representatives said, we didn't file a complaint. We only sent the committee report, and we also sent the committee report and our recommendations, pero hindi kami nag-file ng complaint. Now, isipin ninyo, bakit importante sa kanila yung distinction na yun? Hindi kami nag-file ng complaint. Sabi nila, pinadalan lang nila ng committee report at saka recommendations. Ano yung recommendations? Investigate for violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. Investigate for the commission of the violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. So what does that mean? It means it's a complaint. So sinabi ni Ombudsman, ano yung purpose ng pagpapadala? Di ba? Hindi naman niya sinabi yan. Parang sinabi nila, when they received it, we treated it as if it's a complaint and asked the Vice President to respond. Kasi ano yung purpose? Bakit nyo kami papadala ng report na may recommendation for investigation tapos sasabihin ninyo wala kayong fina-file na complaint when they proceed to act like it's a complaint? So the Ombudsman said, we'll treat it as a complaint, VP Inday. Please submit your counter affidavit to the committee report and the allegations therein. So, ulitin ko, bakit ayaw aminin ng House of Representatives na sila ay nag-file ng complaint sa Office of the Ombudsman? Because it's political suicide. That's my theory or opinion. Political suicide siya because they know that one of the most formidable candidates to be in the 28 elections, with the eye to the 2028 elections, it would not be good to be considered as an enemy or as an antagonistic to the Vice President. Kahit yung mga kongresista, nag-aalala sila. Kasi baka hindi na sila manalo sa 2028. Hindi sila mananalo kasi delikado talaga ang kalaban ni Inday. Now, right now, it looks like, to most people, it still looks like si Martin Romualdez could win the House speakership. Tingin ko din, posible, he does have a lot of congressmen on his side. Pero they are so careful about the numbers. Kaya nga, ang tingin ko dito, marami pa, posibleng may mga ma-disqualify pa dahil nga kailangan ni Speaker Martin every single vote. And baka hindi siya manalo eh. And that would be really dangerous for their side, for the Marcos admin candidates. Now, by 2027, marami sa mga kongresista ay lilipat na sa kampo ni Vice President Inday. Fearless forecast lang. Kumbaga, ang basis ng ating opinion dito, simple lang, because they have done it time and time again. Yung mga turncoatism, di ba marami naman sa mga politika natin, kung sino yung presidente, dun sila. The exception, pag malapit na matapos yung term ng presidente at alam na nila kung sino yung malakas, lilipat lahat sila doon. Okay. Sige, we'll answer the other questions. Uy, magaganda yung mga questions nyo ngayon, ha? Okay. So, yun yung reason. So, sabi nga, parang ang tingin ko dito, naku, dinadamay nyo pa si Ombudsman ngayon, sa Martires, Ombudsman Martires, dadamay niyo pa dun sa ninyo, sa gulat ninyo. Nagulat sila when the Ombudsman asked the Vice President to submit a counter affidavit. They wanted to say, teka muna, parang kulang na lang, sabihin nila kay VP Inday, Vice, hindi po kami nagpa-file, recommendation lang po yun, and that's just part of our good housekeeping as congressmen. Siyempre, nag-conduct kami ng inquiry, alam naman di kami magbigay ng committee report. They honestly think that the Vice President will still listen to their excuses? Ako, I don't think so. Hi, Andrew. Sabi niya, happy to meet you in person in the Bacolod rally. I have a picture with you and Joey de Vivor. Yeah, they did well, no? Kasama namin po kahapon si Boss Dada at si Miss Joey sa sa rally. Tatlo kami, we all spoke in the rally, and the rally was to bring PRD home. I hope people don't forget that this is why we do so many of the things that we do. Number one, part of the vlogging is because we supported his presidency ever since, and you know that. And I still continue to advocate for him to be sent home. Okay, next. Sabi ni Nito, thank you, Trixie Cruz. Ang kinilig ako sa inyo ni Miss Joy kahapon sa wakas, nakapag-picture din. Guys, I want you to know how warm and welcoming the people of Bacolod are. Normally, pag I'm in this part of the world, nasa Silay ako. But because of the rally, I had to stay here in Bacolod. And I'm very happy to see some old friends. Also very happy to meet new friends here. Ang ganda ng rally yesterday. Simple lang siya. Tatlo lang kaming speakers. Several ang nag-offer ng mga ng mga dasal. It was prayer rally. Okay. So yun, maganda naman din po. Sabi ni Vin, nabasa niyo na po yung statement, no? Hindi pa po, but I will post it as soon as I read it. Sabi niya, his mother naman pala is natural born Filipino, pero ang issue sa kanya ay hindi siya natural born. Baka sundot. Baka they're just trying. Alam niyo yun? Because all they need is for Congressman Abante or whoever the opponent is to be able to sit. And then, while the winning candidate contests it, pwedeng magtagal yan up to 3 years yung appeal. In which case, whether towards the end, nagiging moot. Whether nanalo talaga si Mr. Uy or not, makakaupo si Mr. Abante. Sabi ni John, dapat pa bang pagkatiwalaan ng COMELEC? The problem is there are laws against speaking out in such a way that when people lose trust in the COMELEC, people stay away naman from the polls. There's a very real danger of that happening. But at the same time, since mayroon tayong free speech, dapat pa rin i-air natin yung concerns. But we must be careful that we don't agitate for the loss of trust of way too many people in the COMELEC so that magkaka-failure of elections. Well, right now, wala namang elections, and so we can speak more freely. And para sa akin, if there is compelling evidence to investigate, I think that there is. Kasi yung Duterte youth, nanalo sila. They're what, number 2? Dun sa sa mga nanalo na party list. Tapos sila yung matatanggal sila for a complaint that was filed in 2019. Si Pino, 2019. Sabi ni Balay, di ko na naririnig si Kong Abante na pinag-uusapan nyo, ha? Well, because yesterday I was at a rally. Are you insinuating that I stopped? Paki-check naman po yung page namin kasi nakapost pa rin. So, if you're insinuating something, kumpletuhin mo. Sabihin mo, hindi ko nyo na pinag-uusapan si Abante, anong nangyari? If you're going to insinuate na bayad kami, tell me what crime we have committed and what evidence you have for that. If you're fishing naman for evidence and you're trying to get us to speak against our interests, let me tell you this. I've been a lawyer for way too long and I see you coming. Do you honestly think we'll fall for that? Why should we speak against ourselves? If you have a beef, you don't ask me to prove my innocence. You prove the guilt. That's how it goes. Sabi ni Spide, is there any possibility na ma-impeach talaga si VP Sara if ipupursue talaga ng mga ganito? She has been impeached by the House. Your question is, will she be removed or penalized by the Senate Impeachment Court? Okay. The Constitution says the penalty for impeachment can be is only up to removal and disqualification. That means pwedeng lesser penalty. But to answer your question, if the question is possible, of course it's possible. Well, first of all, impeach na siya. But it is always possible that they will try to remove her in accordance with whatever their agenda is. Pero, ang tingin ko, politically speaking, given the number of votes that the Senate needs in order to pass judgment on her continued stay as the vice president, she only needs 9 senators to favor her. The other question I suppose you're going to ask is whether or not there will be a trial. Yan yung masasabi. Sabi ni Joseph, perpetually disqualified po ba si VP Sara? Hindi pa po nagta-trial. So hindi siya pwedeng patawan ng kahit anong penalty until there is a trial and she is found to be held accountable and she's found to be guilty. So without that, wala. Wala pang ganun. Hi kay Miss Daisy. Is there any possibility na ma-impeach talaga si VP Sara? Ay, nabasa pala natin. She's been impeached by the House, hindi siya nare-remove pa. Sabi ni Jenny T, kung may delikadesa si Bishop Abante, dapat hindi siya nakipagsabwatan sa COMELEC. Allegedly. Sabi ni Fudge, I feel so sad for our country right now. I feel like almost everything is against us. Well, in our darkest hours, you also have to remember, trouble was born a gypsy. Ang ibig sabihin, never naman nagiging perpetual yung paghihirap. Never. Hindi lang yun, mahal naman tayo ng Diyos. I assure you that eventually things will change. It might not be as quickly as you think it's going to happen, but it will happen. I assure you. Hi kay Army Elena. Thank you very much. Dali lang. Hi, naka-live ako. Okay. Tawagan kita after ha. Okay. Naka-duty ka? Saan? Okay. Sige. Tawagan kita ha. Alright. Sige. I'm sorry. These things, it's very hard to ignore. You know that the phone ringtones make things, I don't know, there's something about the phone ringtone that agitates you and that you have to absolutely answer. Okay. Sabi ni Streetwear Heroes, more prayers for FPRD and the Philippines. Tama yan. I think I was answering a question. Ito na naman. Ms. Patty says, I'm of the impression that COMELEC Chair George Garcia feels he is untouchable, disqualifying winners, then making losers victors. Could be because the admin backs him in his decision. Well, I think that he has support because normally if the admin doesn't like you, there's a way that you're going to feel it. Sabi ni Ma'am Melody, ganda ng rally niyo sa Bacolod. I know, and that's exactly how rallies should be held. Especially if it's not intended na yung yung walang tulugan, walang uwian, no? This one was really a show of force on the 100th day where PRD has not come back. We wanted to remind everybody that March 11, that he was taken, that his taking was unjust. And kumbaga kahit 1 day away under the circumstances in which he was taken is 1 day too long. So that was the purpose of the rally, to mark the 100 days where PRD has not come home. Sabi ni Mark Anthony Morales, sa lahat ng dinadaanan ko na admin, itong admin na ito ang kaliwat kanan ng issue, including mga galamay nila that represents this government. Ang tagal ng 2028. Sinabi niyo. Thank you very much for that comment kasi you're saying exactly what I feel. Ang tagal ng 2028. Actually, ito, malaking kumbaga palaisipan. Sabi ni Joben, kung hindi po ba makapag-oath si PRD before June 30, si Nograles po ang i-declare na panalo. Take note ha, dati ha, pag hindi naka-dispense ng functions, ang importante is na proclaim ka na winner. When you are the proclaimed winner, ikaw na. So if you are the proclaimed winner na senator, senador ka na. But kung hindi mo ma-dispense, you cannot do your duties. You cannot serve as the senator or as the mayor or anything like that, for some reason, you're prevented from sitting, then the seat will be declared vacant and the vice, whoever is next, will well, it doesn't work sa senator, sorry. So in cases of mayors, it's the vice mayor who will take over. Dati maliwanag yan. Pero for some reason ngayon, bakit pinapalabas ng COMELEC na in doubt lahat yan? I feel that people are looking, there are certain forces looking for a way na iupo si Nograles bilang mayor. Pero ang totoo niyan, masyadong malayo ang boto niya. Furthermore, na-proclaim na si Tatay Digong, siya na ang mayor. Alam niyo yung mga take oath na yan, kahit sa notaryo, pwede mong gawin. Now, during COVID, maaari kang mag-testify before, online. At pag nag-testify ka online, hindi ba nanunumpa ka online din? So bakit issue ngayon yung panunumpa ni PRD? Tingin ko may nagpapahirap. This is a no-brainer. Matagal nang pwede yan. Pero ngayon, pinahihirapan nila, pinalalabo nila yung issue in order to possibly pave the way for an attempt to seat the runner-up. Pero yung runner-up, wala pang kalahati sa boto ni Mayor. Dapat, i-declare na lang na vacant yung seat ng Mayor if ever hindi magawa yung trabaho. And you can't do that if you're somewhere else. So it's the vice mayor. No-brainer yan. Ang dami ng desisyon ng Korte Suprema dyan. Hindi naman din nilalabas ng COMELEC kung ano yung tunay na issue. So ang tingin ko, they allow us to think na it's just about the taking oath, it's just about this or that. At pinatatagal nila because the term actually hasn't begun yet. So they'll have to resolve it before the start of the term. And pag nag-start na yung term, if you understand that that's July 1, then tuloy-tuloy na dapat. Kumbaga, the vice mayor should be allowed to take over. Sabi ni Vin, itong vlog lagi ni Attorney more on professional approach. Ang discussion ay issue, hindi pa tol. Okay. Ito. Roger is asking, can the 125 million plunder case of VP Sara prosper if the COA audit is not final yet? No, actually, they can't. Sabi ni, there's a comment here that I wanted to. Mandami, thank you very much for sharing the live. Sabi ni, it's me, Vanji, pero talaga pinaplano nila alisin mga hadlang sa kanila. I understand, hindi kataka-taka na may impression talaga na ganyan. Parang feeling ko nowadays, napaka-unstable ng sitwasyon. Kasi kahit nasunod na ang batas, kahit walang surprises with the results of in some areas, like Davao, there was never any question sino yung mananalo dyan. And yet, parating ginagawa nilang unstable with promoting uncertainty. Makakaupo ba si Vice Mayor Baste as the mayor? But I want you to also see the genius of PRD's approach. He ran for mayor. Hindi pa alam yung tungkol sa ICC or anything like that. But he could have basta ipanalo lang para walang danger to challenge the position of mayor. Vice Mayor Baste runs as Vice Mayor, and then after na ipanalo, si PRD could actually step down, secure yung mayoralty pa rin ng Davao. Galing. Sabi ni nakakatakot dito din natuloy ang pag-alis kay Inday Sara pag tumakbo siya, anong gagawin ng COMELEC? I think the COMELEC should also understand that the people will not accept, lalong-lalo na kung maliwanag yung victory. There is such a thing as trust. Yes, we have to trust our institutions, but we cannot allow the COMELEC to twist the will of the people. Walang mandato kung hindi tunay yung eleksyon. Sabi ni DSP finds, lahat ng imposible nagiging posible. Magandang gabi kay J-Lu. Sabi ni Emerson, mababaliwala ang impeachment complaint nila. Tama ba? It depends. Kasi nga, right now, transition pa, di ba? Tapos na yung hindi na masyadong nagpapapasok. Well, the Senate no longer has any session days. The House will soon end on the 30th. Wala na rin session days, sine die na. The incoming 20th Congress has a lot of pro-VP senators coming in. So hindi natin alam yet for sure na mababaliwala yan, but it doesn't look good for them. Kumbaga, statistically speaking, malabo.